Welcome back. It's time for theories as we make our way through the garden for a little while. So,
beginning our exploration, and I'll hand over to future me because, as I've mentioned previously, and like we did in Cold Steel, the music. Oh, I love we can change the music. I really do. Yeah, but as I mentioned, like we've done this kind of thing previously, I'll be venturing through here, not recording any commentary while I do it, and after I get to the editing point of the videos, I'll record my theory so I can just focus on that rather than the fighting and the theory. It's like so you can get a more concise idea of where my theories are. So, handing over to future me. Good luck, future me. Thank you, past me. I do very much appreciate it. And you do good work. You do good work. I would say that though, because it's me. Anyway, it's time for the theory time. There's no time to talk about time, even though this is mostly going to be about us talking about time. Like I said, it's going to be more concise. Yeah. So anyway, this can basically boil down to the idea of me taking everything we got from Daybreak 2 and adding it to everything we had previously from the series, like the thoughts and ideas I had there, and bringing it together to see how it all connects. Hold on, past me wants to say something. This is too good to not comment on.
Hit their weakness with some arts.
I know I hit their weakness with some arts, but I love that we can change the music. Anyway, thank you, future me. Back to you. No, I understand. The music was indeed very, very good. I wonder how confusing this is for you out there watching it. Because it's like, yeah, I recorded that in the past because I wanted to leave a gap for that moment because I genuinely enjoy the music at this bit. It's like, I love the fact we can bring in the music from previous Trails games. So, theory. Let's actually get to it now. The idea behind all this is making sense of the eternal recurrence plan. That's where I'm coming from. I've shared my thoughts over on Discord as to where I think my thoughts lie with all of this. And I basically come down to the idea that Zemuria is stuck in some kind of time loop. And that the ancient Sumerian civilization we keep hearing about is actually just the previous time loop. Everything is built on what came before. So the previous time loop happened, things didn't work out, it reset everything, but there's stuff that was left over. And that seeped into this new time loop. I also think that Epstein became aware of this and is trying to break the loop to make sure whatever causes the loop to reset, to try and ensure that doesn't happen. And he did that through the Genesis device. Why Agnes is caught in that, I'm not entirely sure yet. Probably something to do with the Septarian of Time, like I've said previously. But as a result of each loop sort of being imperfect, things are obviously, as I said, carried across. So each loop, technology keeps advancing quicker, and they become aware of this fact. So that would then further explain why everything we're watching currently is advancing so fast, because it's not technology from the future, it's advanced technology from the previous loop. So this makes me think that my logic of Mare being an AI recreation of some sorts of the Holy Beast for time is accurate, but maybe the Holy Beast from the previous loop. So maybe there's now somehow kind of two Holy Beasts of time in some regard. I also think that the Grand Master is probably someone from a previous loop, probably several previous loops, because if we're stuck in a time loop, this would then therefore mean that this has happened again and again and again and again. Now the reason I'm thinking that is because of the eternal recurrence plan. The idea that fits with this idea of the eternal recurrence, a time loop. It's happening over and over again. The Grandmaster is very much aware of that. So the question is, what is this 3 years until primordial nothingness? Something they're doing, clearly, is analyzing the events happening throughout Zemuria and seeing how fast it's bringing about the time loop. They're somehow aware of it. So I am thinking the Celestial Globe, the place where they have their big meetings, that is a place they're observing everything from. It's outside of Zemuria space-time. It's outside of the time loop itself. Maybe they're also trying to break it. Maybe they're just trying to study it. Maybe they're the ones who actually have caused the time loop. Not entirely sure, but it all then therefore relates to how are they able to control this? Who's able to control this? Is it the Septarian of Time being controlled by someone and has made this time loop happen? So I also feel that this then therefore relates to the idea of what Dantes said. As I mentioned previously, I feel this relates in some regard, where he was basically saying there is no Gehenna. And that's because if the timeline plays out and then resets, everyone's experiences, everything they are, who they are as people, didn't exist anymore. So their souls don't go to an afterlife, they don't go to a Gehenna, they don't go anywhere because they never existed, which is terrifying. You'd want to stop that. You'd want to stop that. And that, I feel like that's the idea behind that 3 years until it brings about primordial nothingness. I think that was how she phrased it. That idea there is, yeah, you just become nothing at that point. That there is no you anymore, because you didn't exist, because the timeline has reset itself. That's the primordial nothingness. But the whole 3 years is just the aspect of like, where are you looking at this from? Do you predict it's coming, or are you aware it's coming? Have you experienced it previously, and how many times? That's what I feel they're doing. They're analyzing it. I'm leaning more towards the idea that they are outside of the loop themselves and are observing it. They keep interfering and trying to see what their interferences do. These are like the reason for their experiments, being like, how's this going to shift things? Trying to understand why the loop is happening is what I feel at this point is where it's leading. They're just trying to understand it. And once they understand it, either manipulate it themselves or break the loop. It's got to be something along those lines. I feel like I'm onto that somewhere. I also mentioned this comes into the idea of what I had with Lecter previously, where it's like he can see possibilities, almost like he could see the turn order in the battles himself, like the same way we can. So I'm thinking maybe what Lecter is actually aware of, the latent image idea that I brought up in the past, is that he's somehow aware of alternate past versions of himself, because I don't feel like the timeline's going to just repeat. Obviously, stuff is being brought across from the previous loop. It's going to be fairly similar, but each time it's going to be different. It's going to be a different cypress tree. Yeah. Little things are just going to seep through. Stories, ideas, like Sunshine Anya's could be, leaning possibly towards this not being, but just for the idea of it. Sunshine Anya's could be Anya's on a previous loop way back. Like say we're on loop 500. She may, like Sunshine Anya's may be Anya's from loop 3. It's that far back, so it's like she's nowhere near what she is now, but it could have been what she was like back on that timeline when things were different. That's where I'm thinking with that. Now, obviously, me knowing Star Trek, time loops have come up previously there quite a few times, and there is one really, really good episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, which was called Cause and Effect. And how they broke the loop was they sent a message through the loop, essentially. Like, stuff was seeping through, that idea of like the imperfect loops. Like, stuff was coming through, so they essentially sent a message to the next loop in order to help them break out of the loop. Now, what I'm thinking is, that has happened, and it's Marduk that picked up the message. And the message was somehow like the Holy Beast of Time, which is then where Mare comes from. It's like they're just trying to interpret the message, though, because that's the issue. Like, it's not going to come through perfectly, is it? In this idea. It's gonna be an issue that they need to solve and try and figure out what the message means. So, now I also did have thoughts on how this could relate to Nina. Now, I don't think it's a case of Nina goes back in time and becomes Sheena Dirk, because I've seen that idea floated around. I had that idea myself. That it made sense that that would be a thing. I thought maybe it would be something to do with the idea of, like, she's picking up on the ideas, sort of like how I was saying with Lecter. Like, he picks up on combat ideas and all that type of stuff, like where things are going. Like, she picks up on characters, people. I actually think it was more a case of she is remembering past lives and emulating them as part of her acting, or she is something that left a previous timeline. In the same way as the Society have that observatory of some sort to see how the time loops reset. Maybe she accidentally fell out of the timeline into the beyond, and then somehow reintegrated back into whatever Zemuria is in a later loop. So she is Sheena Dirk, either from the past or from an alternate version of the past on a previous loop. As a result, she is essentially an artifact, something the church would look into, be after, keep an eye on. So I think she's, as a result of that, become part of the church, and that's how she's ended up somehow related to Iscariot because of those scenes we saw in Daybreak that were very, very suspicious. Could work. This is the start of the theory, basically. It's like we're going to see how all these things fit together and align with everything. But one thing I think, as a result of this, of where I think this is going, if I'm on the right lines with this, Farewell O Zemuria isn't Farewell O Zemuria. It's Farewell Zero Zemuria. And I think the idea is we're going to be stopping the time loop. We're not going to be resetting back to zero. We're going to stop that aspect. Farewell to zero on the year Zemuria. What that means going forward, I don't know. Maybe we do see it reset in some regard, because what I'm feeling as a result of this is the Trails in the Sky remake is actually a game that takes place after Farewell Zero Zemuria. I think it takes place after. It's our jumping point into the next loop. I don't think the story's going to change in Trails in the Sky remake. Like, first chapter. I don't think the story will change that. I don't think they're going to do that much to it. I'm not expecting something on the lines of what they did with Final Fantasy VII. No. I think it's a good way to carry on the story for people who are coming in from the beginning, and it's a good starting point because it's the same game again, but also at the same time, us playing along, it's also the next entry. Because it's like, hey, the story started again. And then the idea is, whatever the sequel is to Farewell Zero Zemuria, that will take place in the same timeline that the remake of Sky takes place in. So to make it a bit more simpler for you, so you can understand what I mean there, if we're in timeline 500, Sky, the remake, will take place in timeline 501, but so will the next Calvert game after that. They'll both be in timeline 501, while we're currently in timeline 500. That's what I feel it's going for. That's where I feel they're going. Whether or not I'm right, I don't know. We'll see. As I said, this is the start of the theories around this. So we'll see if they fit. We'll analyze it from this point of view. Again, what we did previously with the previous Trails games, where we had the theory, then we saw how it fit, refined it, worked on it until it became something really cohesive, and then it's like, ah-ha-ha! We figured it out. That kind of thing. That's what I think we're going with here. So, I also want to mention that I do feel this can sort of add to my other theory I've got going on, that this is still actually related to what goes on in Naruto or Boundless Trails. That based on the events there, I'm trying not to spoil it, based on the events there, what happened in the past for their world led to what we've got here as well. For those who know, you'll know exactly what I mean. I don't want to spoil that game because it may not be connected and it feels wrong to spoil it. So I don't want to talk about that. I'll get back to that game, don't worry, and we'll talk about this theory there when we do New Game Plus because of what comes up in New Game Plus. So you have to wait for that, basically. Anyway, that's the theory. Feel free to add to it or take away from it. Whatever you think's appropriate there, like add your own ideas to it, sort of thing, and we'll see what we get going forward. I do like talking about this back and forth with you guys. So, back over to past me, who's about to go do the boss. Well, thank you, Future Me. That was most insightful. I kind of agree with your theories there. Yeah, I think you're onto something. I say this now, when I don't know what I've said yet. Like, editing. Right, let's get the boss done. Take the Grendel has temporarily been made available.
It's a guardian. We can defeat it. Now's
Okay.
the perfect time to boost. Hit their weakness with some arts.
Calm down, Celeste.
Time for
Dust.
thaumaturgy. You'll be sorry.
I think what we'll do, though,
Now's your chance to
is in future, we'll very much use this,
We should go on the
like the
attack.
garden, as a way to do theories. Like, if I have any new theories, it's like, right, we'll do the garden, and like, if I don't, I'll just do it in between the parts.
Some arts work better.
Let's go,
You'll
go,
never
go,
guess.
go, Grimcat.
There's nothing I
Don Doko, a go-go.
Bring cat coming your way.
I won't lose.
Me not.
Go for the boost!
Let's see about the shield where we can. Feel.
We should go on the attack.
Transmitting code. Activate. Judith.
Now we'll go with that. Okay, let's get closer to Van for everything.
We should go on the attack.
Let's actually cancel that because we don't have the craft points ready for what I want to do. Okay, we'll go with... Let's put it there.
Activating drive. We'll win.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now's a great time for a shard.
You do... I know, I'm just contemplating things.
Keep your guard up.
Yeah, we'll get that going first, because then we can still interject with Knights of Asteria.
Steal yourself. Taking point. Engaging skill. Wings. Guide me.
Also, yes, I had to do the Mishi S-Scrap when I just suddenly realized, like, wait, he'll have the he'll have the S-Scrap with the Mishi suit on. It'd be like, I gotta see it. So, yeah, I did that. While I was messing about. It's genuinely strange these days, recording and not saying anything. Just there, like, I'm not saying anything. It feels weird. I should be saying things. That's what I do. Do the commentary. But no.
Now or never.
I want to get rid of these guys as best I can. We'll go with that.
It's go time.
It's the turn order. Because at the moment, I'm not looking at it too well, is the best way of putting it. It's like, nah, just messing about.
I hope you're ready. Now for the climax. Grim Knight Wall.
So I'd want Vandalize Raid then, but I was
Panther, your turn.
obviously hoping the boost would go up, but it didn't. It's fine. Let's get Shield over here.
Transmitting code. Activate.
And we still could get the shield up with that. There we go.
Time for the main event!
Boost gauge expanded.
Halitosis,
We'll win.
I suppose.
Focus unleashed.
Kind of want to get
Keep your guard up.
that back as quickly as possible, so...
presto, sis! Let me get that shield back up again where I can.
Come, searing seal.
Come, searing seal of mine!
We should go on the attack.
Try for the seal.
Time for thaumaturgy.
Yes, I suppose.
Your boost is full. Let's go all out.
Thank you, Tower.
Finish him, Van.
There!
Catra. We'll win.
So just double checking here before we carry on with anything. Okay.
All the stops.
Yeah, I'm trying to save for that, so.
Huh?
Chance.
Is there a chance? Think? Let's go with the Earth Guard. Try and get the slow on it if we can. Just get a shield out, because I feel like I need that at this point.
Engaging drive.
I was meant to sort the quartz and stuff before I did this, thinking about it.
Yeah.
Elaine!
Ah well. It's okay. God helped us out there.
Engaging drive.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that was the problem there.
Engaging drive.
Catra.
Don't push yourself. Your health is low.
Okay, let's go over to Anya's.
I'll take it from here.
Because she still does have the ability to do a shield.
Shield.
And a heal.
Everyone, a chance. It'll be all right, everyone. Great circle of light. Give unto us the breath of life.
Boost gauge limit increased.
Let's actually see about Kincaid.
You're up. Very well.
Keep it up, it's working.
Can you keep up with me? A chance.
A chance!
Let's switch.
Taking over.
Just try and use the whole group rather than just
Pressure him and move in.
a set of 4 that I have.
Zoom! Blitz! You're stunned!
Stunned. We got the mark on you as well, which is fantastic.
Your turn. Guess who's back? Good luck.
Back again. Cast is after. Forte is before. That's probably a better idea.
Here you go.
I'm going!
Oh yeah, I'll see you later.
Keep it up, it's working.
Maybe I could get a bit of damage in.
With arms.
Yeah! Easy!
That's what I was after.
Activating skill.
You aren't getting away! Cross! Diver!
Boost gauge limit.
So close. So close. Got those pluses incoming. That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Shine.
There we go. We got you going. Let's just go push, bash, bosh.
Wide open!
Here we go. One steel coming right up. I'm putting you in charge, Captain Tuttle. Sucks to be them.
Indeed.
And finish. What the?
Yeah, gonna be very reliant on shield throughout this, I imagine. At the beginning here. Oh, I expected
I'll
that
take you on.
to not do
Boost
too
level
much.
maximum strength.
Should be okay just to try and go for it, I feel.
Make it count!
Activating skill.
Light.
Needing too much thought at this
Drive them
point.
out.
Our chance! The rest is up to you.
Very well.
We're doing good!
Get him, Kincaid! Oh. He's gonna finish them off with his aircraft, but fine. Whatever. Alright.
Looks good to me.
Cool. So we just got floor 1. You just keep clearing that over and over again. Main menu? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Yes, we do want out of that. Wait, what's else that? A clear bonus. Ooh, get more shard tokens by doing that again and 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 again. Mr. Cube! Let's see what we get.
Okay, it's time for some
We're after that
fun.
atrocious raid. Begin analysis. Oh, actually, no, come back out of that.
I think I deserve a
Because we did get some support items, didn't we? Space, we'll go with that. So it just changes the bonus set with. Okay.
Beginning analysis.
Beginning analysis!
Target analyzed. Not done yet.
Towel data.
It's reacting.
Could have reacted better.
Target analyzed. On to the next.
Infinity range. That's not atrocious raid, though, is it? Game, you better have atrocious raid, or I'll be severely disappointed.
It's reacting.
Won't bother with it after this one. Well, that was something.
I think I deserve a thank you.
I don't think you do. Okay. Did get a few. There's a Grendel bit now. Okay. Again. Gotta go with that. Got so many for Van.
Powered up. Powered up. Powered up.
Powered up.
Powered up. Let's go.
Hey, can we do that up even if we haven't? No. No.
All polished up.
It's been upgraded.
Time for an upgrade.
Indeed.
Will this also make it look cuter?
It might do. I'm not
Let's
entirely
make
sure,
it
to be honest. Right, so we've done that bit.
Want a
Support.
place to chill? Then look no further.
Activity support, no. Item shop, repair the
Let me know if
data.
you need anything, okay?
Beautiful brown hair. Is that all we've got? That's all we've got. Oh, yes, that's all we got.
Appreciate your business.
Exchange
Let me know if you
Modi
need anything, okay?
points.
Thanks a bundle. We've got the good stuff. Thanks a
Anything
bundle.
else
We've
we
got the
need
good
here?
stuff. Appreciate your business. We've got the good stuff.
think we're good.
Appreciate your business. Hang in there.
Okay, I think log out. Pshwing. Okay, let's carry on with the story again now then. Do the shards reappear around here? They don't look like they do they? There's another fishing spot there.
Ooh, this looks like a good
Very
fishing
well,
spot.
have a look.
Let's do this thing.
No, looks like we're good. Okay.
Hey, big boy. Want to have a little fun?
Not really. Thank you for the offer though. Appreciate that. There's not anything in these rooms back here, is there? Like, oh, there's a portal here. Like, oh my. Or a router. Okay. There he is again. Stop right there.
Damn brat, giving us the runaround.
You'd best hand over that briefcase if you want to get out of here in one piece.
Oh yeah? Sounds a little overkill to me. How's it hanging, fellas? Pretty ballsy raising a ruckus like this in broad daylight.
Clearly, you're no upstanding citizens if you're pointing a blade at a child. So, what's it gonna be? Wanna try your luck with the cops? Or us?
Shit, it's that Spriggan from the Capitol.
And he's got his lackeys with him. Oh?
You know about us? Word of our 4 SPGs must have clued you in. Evidently, we can't be too careful.
Might be something else.
And
And let's get one thing straight here. I am not his lackey. I'm barely even an employee.
Liking makes a difference. Anyone who gets in our way is gonna end up 6 Sarge under. Their weapons. These punks might be on the same level as Jaegers. No need to hold back. Let's beat them down quick.
Roger that.
Lloyd that.
I'll take you on.
I should really sort my
Beginning combat test.
quartz. Oh well. Let's just see about. Yeah, I'll go for the slow. Ooh, miss on that one. Shame.
Now or never.
Try for the bewitch.
You're not getting away.
Got one of them at least.
For chance!
A chance, but we haven't got the combat craft points for it. Oh well.
For sect arms.
Engaging drive!
You're dead.
Engaging drive, make a wishy with Mishy. Hey, stop shooting at me, dude. Give a shield to you.
My move now.
Okay.
Now would be a perfect time to boost.
You think? Alright then.
It's go time. For sect arms.
They said it'd be a perfect time to boost, but you clearly lied to me. That was not a perfect time to boost. Let's make sure you stay alive though. Or try to stay alive anyway. Alright.
For sect arms. You're dead.
There!
Hacker, your turn. It's go time.
Try. Try for it again.
Twilight kick.
Dead.
Finish him, Van.
Get any of them with that? Like, no.
Come, steering seal.
Indeed. Let's go for the side attack bonus now on these. Can we get it all 3? Doesn't look like we can.
Chief developer. You're dead.
Chief developer.
You're in danger!
They're from what is it, Vern, aren't they? That's what's going on there.
Cheeky little.
Optical cannon!
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, getting him. Just that chief developer aspect's like,
Forgive me. Chief developer.
yeah,
I can do even better.
I think I've grown a little.
just a little.
They weren't all that tough, but their firearms sure packed a punch.
That they did. If my suspicions are correct, those weapons might be...
You alright, kid?
Yeah, not a scratch on me. I'd have been a goner if it weren't for you three. Thank you so much for saving... Whoops!
I mean, I can see a picture of a Genesis there.
There they go. All over the street, too.
Slow your roll a sec, alright? It's not like we're gonna run off on...
Van? Wait, that's...
So what's going on with you, mate?
Luka, was it? You said you're looking for your old man?
That's right. It's been about 3 months since he went missing. It wasn't all that unusual at first. He'd always hop from job to job doing whatever work he could get. But eventually, I knew I had to track him down. Even Mom could tell something was up.
I feel like you're going to be some kind of significant character in the story, because you're not your basic character models that you see around for the NPCs. Like, there's a very distinct hairstyle going on here.
Dad left this briefcase in his room, and I figured it might point me in the right direction. But then...
Those shifty-looking men appeared, and they've been tailing you ever since.
Backstreets or not, they wouldn't have cornered you like that unless the situation called for it. Don't you have any idea what this is about?
Not that I can say for sure.
That's so. Sounds to me like his pops got tangled up with the wrong side of the law.
I've been meaning to ask. You guys are professional problem solvers, right? Maybe you can help me find my dad? Or, better yet, we could all go look for him together.
Luka.
Except, I don't have much Mira on me. Aw, now what do I do?
Financial troubles aside, those thugs might try and come after you again. I'd feel a lot better if he had an adult with him, but... What's your call, Van?
There's definitely more going on here than meets the eye. But I'm sorry, Luka. I can't take your case.
Is it because I don't have the money? Or because I'm still a kid?
Nah, that's not the issue. The fact is, your dad's been MIA for 3 months. This is exactly the kind of thing the guild and police are equipped to handle. Better to go to your local authorities before resorting to some spriggan from out of town.
I get what you mean. It's just...
That's an odd reaction.
Chin up. Who knows? We might stumble into some info on your dad out there.
Just how they both reacted to that.
In which case, we'll get in touch. How's that sound?
I'm a little disappointed, but... I understand. Let me know if you hear anything. Anything at all.
It's a promise. But in return, you have to promise us not to run into any more danger alone. Deal?
Deal! You guys stay safe, too.
Time to have our own little private meeting. The innkeeper will watch over him for the time being, so he can rest easy. Yeah, not much room for an armed assault with all the foot traffic this place gets. So, do you think Luka's dad was caught up in something shady? Without a doubt. These streets won't turn squeaky clean overnight just because the mafia was wiped out. Messeldom's always been on the rough side, but that recent shift is making more waves than ripples. Luka getting jumped might just... another aftershock of Almata's big fall. I had a hunch this would lead back to them. It's bound to whenever the underworld comes up. The biggest tip-off was that photo. It's one of the first Genesises, the one Anya's had. Couple that with Luka's pops having criminal ties in the city Almata called home, and it all points to one thing. You think his father was part of their ranks? But aren't all of their members in custody? Almata was a huge syndicate. It's not impossible that a few stragglers slipped through the cracks. Not to mention the city was their base of operations for a long while. So they'd have plenty of spots to lie low. This just gets better and better. It bears investigating. We might learn something about the legacy in their process. But what should we tell Luka? He seemed to be unaware of what his father was involved in. Then again, he may have had an inkling, judging by his reaction earlier. Yeah, no matter how well his pops kept things on the sly, Luka still hesitated when the police and bracers came up. I'm not so sure he has the stomach to unmask the whole ugly truth. Not enough for us to take on his request, at any rate. That's just the Spriggan way, I guess. So what's our next move? Well, we can't afford to drag our feet with those goons closing in. No way around it. One of us is gonna need to flex her connections. What are you looking at me for? Oh, hold on, you don't mean... The very first Grimcat and a famed That word of bygone days. Even as a retiree, she seems like a powerful ally to have in our corner. Oh, I'll admit, Grammy does stay on top of what goes on behind closed doors. She's practically got a sixth sense when something fishy is brewing, no matter how big or small. To this day, she'll go sticking her nose into other people's business whenever the mood strikes her. Wait, I think I'm starting to get it now. Yep, chances are her sudden interest in your latest gig isn't just surface level. It's at least worth asking her about. You're not giving me much of a choice, are you? Grinds my gears to lean on her, but it's probably our best bet right now. I knew you'd come around. Shall we head to the shooting location then? No, now that I think of it, didn't they say they were going to move somewhere else? Yep, assuming things are on schedule. They should be pretty close by. Let's go take a look around. Okay, we got a few dots that have changed. Check in with the changed dots. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but let me know if you learn anything new about my dad. He had to have disappeared for a reason. We need to find him, one way or another. About that boy you guys protected. Sounds like he's going through a lot right now, huh? Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him myself. Get in touch if you find anything out, okay? Oh, of course, of course. If everything is as it appears to be. Something new down at the shop. Because I had cleared the shop out, hadn't I? So, what's your new thing, mate?
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again. Allow me to assist.
Is there anything here?
Hope to see you again.
What's the new thing?
Allow me to assist.
I'm not sure.
Hope to see you again.
Did we get it? Whatever it was? I'm not sure what it was. Anyway. That's crystal in there. It's crystal. Get that stock. Is there crystals upstairs? Crystals. There's one. Ooh, there is one over there. Ba-ching! Anything else around? One thing we haven't checked now as a result of that.
Oh, it's Nina and the rest of the crew.
Guess this is where they're filming next.
Grammy should be here too. Let's go take a peek.
We'll take the alternative routes. Anything there? Can I even go in here? No. Means I can get this one down here now, doesn't it? Yeah, there you are.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
Oh, give it a look.
Let's do this thing.
No, we're good. Okay.
The ocean is just as lovely in winter.
What I'm trying to get to is the area we fought in previously. Because, yeah, there's crystals. Is that? I think we got all the crystals. I think we're done on the crystals, isn't it?
Ooh, this looks
Choosing to proceed will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all remaining daytime quests and side content will disappear. Go on then.
What? Their boat's already at the harbor?
That document was forged, Ron. You have to hurry. As for me, I'll try to find out where they're headed.
Don't, Michelle! You've already risked enough!
Heard everyone go. What's happening?
Michelle! Are you there? Michelle!
cut!
Amazing, Nina. I can't believe you landed that in just one take.
Consider me blown away. You were perfect from the second we started rolling.
Well, I couldn't have done it without everyone's input.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Gotti, what did you think?
I can't speak for Lom, but that was everything I envisioned and more! Eureka!
What?
I've just come up with a follow-up scene so marvelous, so spectacular, it'll knock your socks off!
Well, that won't be good. I'll have to put them back on.
Director, please.
More additional photography?
I keep accidentally pressing X too quickly. It's like I read it and I'm like, yeah. It's like, no. Let them speak.
Oh, Judith. And you brought Van and Katra.
Hiya, Nina.
Sounds like things are coming along.
I wanted to thank you all again for helping out with today's shoot. Because of you, my first role opposite Judith is on the road to success.
Glad to hear it. But you should give yourself most of the credit.
Agreed. I'm starting to see why everyone was so charmed by your character in Wolves Requiem.
That's very kind of you to say. This is my first time doing a crossover, though, so I'm still a little unsure of myself.
It'll be a challenge, but I've got high hopes for you. Let's see how far we can take this thing.
Right. We'll give them a performance to remember.
Hey, Nina! There's something I wanted to run by you.
Yes, sir. I'll be right there.
Duty calls. We'll catch up later, okay?
Of course. See you on the set.
Man, that girl's got it made. Already a star, but with potential to spare.
It hurts to admit, but you're right. Just when I think I've seen it all, she throws me for another loop. I need to start upping my game before she upstages me.
Ha! Now that's what I like to hear. Seems sharing the spotlight with Nina was just the kick in the pants you needed. Stick to that attitude and you'll get through my special boot camp just fine.
Grammy! Can you quit it with the super stealth already? And besides, with how packed the production schedule is, you'll be way too busy to train me. Right?
Don't hold back on my account. Chances like these don't grow on trees, after all.
All right, I'll do it, okay? Just stop giving me that look.
I think I understand why Judith is so daunted by her.
You can really tell who wears the pants in the family.
I think she can probably hear you.
You two are those temps they brought in for the shoot earlier, aren't you? What business does a Spriggan have with me? Something tells me you're not looking for acting tips.
Locked already, huh? I reckon it wasn't Judith who filled you in.
You'd be right. I've been wise to the scuttlebutt on you for some time. Now, why don't you share what's on your mind?
I see, something sketchy's afoot, that's for certain. I've heard talk about this legacy of all martyrs, but I can't say the same about them having stragglers. In either case, you seem to be left guessing. That's what we're hoping to get your take on. Where you're talking, it sounds like you've already done some poking around for the first one. You'd have to be real thick to turn the other way, assuming it actually exists. Martyr's legacy has been the subject of much speculation throughout the underground grapevine. It's something of an urban legend at this point, especially now that most of the mafia's kaput. Rumors say it's a massive pile of mirror or something like a grand treasure that was left behind. For the time, everybody and their mother was trying to find the thing. Though nowadays, it feels like only the occasional gangster or Jaeger is still worked up over it. But haven't the police made a thorough inquiry into Almata at this point? Just how likely is it that something was overlooked? Good question. Word is that they seized everything from shell company holdings to assets squirreled away in foreign countries. Any rational person would tell you there's no way anything of value would be glossed over. And yet, some folks have enough grounds to believe the search is worth keeping up. Some folks, meaning... all things considered, there's only one real answer. Zect Arms. Again, the director aspect. It's gotta be that new weapons manufacturer, Zect Arms. As I suspected, something about them moving into that building didn't sit right with me. They must have bought the place in hopes that a certain something of Almata's remained. Yeah, and remember all the heat those goons that jumped Luka were packing? And again, what they said. Those were Zect Arm models. The kind you can't get on the market. Common sense says they've got a horse in this race. Now that you mention it, I've been noticing a lot of the guys in black suits around town. It's a reasonable assumption. Regardless of their methods, it's clear Zect Arms is hunting for something. That fits in nicely with everything else we know. Looks like the pieces are lining up for you. I wager one of them will provide a lead on tracking that boy's father down too. Luka's pops knows something about the legacy. Zect Arms wouldn't openly throw that much manpower at him if they weren't sure of that. Then perhaps this calls for a little digging on that front, huh? Zect Arms started up just 6 years ago, as I recall. They're headquartered in one of the free cities, but their actual operations and what have you are surrounded in mystery. On the surface, they design and manufacture weapons while marketing themselves as a private military company. But beneath the veneer is a whole bevy of nasty business, from testing illegal armaments to inciting conflict in war zones. The thing is, nobody has enough evidence to punish them for it. Not within the confines of the law, anyway. What are you getting at, Grammy? Grimkurt. Well, now, look at the time. I really should be taking my leave. And Judith, if I said it once, I've said it 1,000,000 times. As a successor to the Grimcat name, it's on you to decide what to make of it. That includes what you end up doing with this. Oh, there's some plans. Are these floor plans? But whatever you do, don't go making a damn fool of yourself, got it? She's one hell of a grandma. Talk about having an ace up your sleeve. And it's exactly the one we needed. Now we can give Zect Arms the proper inspection they never asked for. You failed your inspection! Ooh, 2 SP. The same day, 8:38 p.m. The kid went home then. Yeah, while it was still light out. He wanted to hang around until he heard back from you, but figured he was better off steering clear. He made the right call. When do you want to leave, Van? The two of us are ready when you are. No rush, though. We're still ahead of schedule. Now, hold on. You're not planning to go out at this hour, are you? It's chilly this time of year, and the area hasn't been too safe these days. Don't worry about us. It's just a little errand. We won't be long. I'm sure. If you insist. You're gonna die out there. It's probably best to push this plan back as late as we can. Let's kill some time in town before heading over to you-know-where. Good thinking. We need to finesse this thing so hard that it leaves Grammy speechless. Whatever you say, Judith. Anyway, this is our chance to make sure our equipment is in order. Yeah, it's probably a good time to do that as well. Oh, telephone for you, sir. Hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Marching Garden. So check it out when you get a chance, okay? Second floor has been added. Well, we'll have a look at that, at least. In terms of, like, is there any kind of story or anything attached to it? There's probably not. That's not what I wanted, but we'll take
That's
it.
how it goes.
Yep, didn't really do anything. Right, access the garden. Bowling. Yeah, so phase 2. Is it just a case of, like, yeah, go in there? Like, doesn't seem to be anything going on, does there? Right, so what I'll do then is I'm going to end this part here. And in between the parts, I'm probably going to do that other floor. Maybe go through it 3 times and the floor 1 another time as well. So it's like I just get those little boosts in those areas should I need it and that type of stuff. I'll probably see about changing up my equipment, quartz and stuff while I'm in there, all that type of stuff. And then we'll be back in the next part and we'll do the rounds. And it looks like we got some 4SPGs as well to do. So we'll see about getting those done. So we'll see you in the next part. I'm going to go record what I said earlier with the theories, yeah. Ta-ra for now.